Your mom played basketball with your head as a baby. Unfortunately, apparently Uncle Sam has an outerversal jab. I'm gonna go over why literally if he farts, Naruto dies. If he farts, Saiyan Saga dies for sure. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jobbers and Goons, and today we have a battle that honestly, we're just doing it because it's epic. This is Galactus vs. Spectre. Two big heavy hitters in cosmic proportion from both Marvel and DC. If these two were to collide, who do I think will win? We will briefly be going over both and then breaking down who I believe would win. Real quick before we start, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this matchup. Who do you think would win and why? Also, smash the like button. 200 likes and I will continue to pump out content like this, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost to 21k and that would be amazing to hit, and then on the road to 30k. But anyways, make sure to check out the Discord as well. We play games, do giveaways, prizes, and more there as well. Do D&Ds and stuff like that. And if you want to see your favorite character or content on this channel, hit me up on the Discord to talk business. But back to this. Galactus and Spectre are interesting to me because, one, I haven't done this particular matchup yet on my channel, despite both being pretty popular characters on my channel. I talk about them pretty frequently. So first we're going to get into Spectre. Spectre, in particular, Jim Corrigan's version, is a character that serves as the embodiment of God's wrath and vengeance. Whatever evil and wrongdoing is around, Spectre is quite literally driven to punish it on a cosmic sense. This need to fulfill such duties has led him to battles with both villains, Hell Lords. Spectre himself has taken on Parallax Hal with no real problems after. He has also taken on Creation Busters and Creation level threats. When he raided Hell and was putting the paws on other people, he was outright compared to the likes of Lucifer, Morningstar in power and potential. On top of this, he went up to heaven, was trying to breach the gates, and got into a brawl with Michael the Archangel, which actually resulted in a pretty decent scrap, with Michael even remarking that Spectre actually did manage to give him a decent fight. This version of Spectre is this tough because of Jim Corrigan, who ultimately did fulfill his obligation and realized why he was being held back from heaven. It was because he had a beef with God he had to figure out. But overall, this version of Spectre is one of the strongest characters in DC. His role as the vengeance of God gives him a multitude of powers, including energy projection, reality warping, soul manipulation. It's insane. He's one of the fastest characters ever. Literally blitzed to hell in almost an instant, as well as heaven. I mean, he's just insane. Irrelevant speed casually. But is the vengeance of God enough for the consumer himself? This is Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. Now, the funny thing about this is Galactus, at least initially, according to the likes of Stan Lee, was supposed to represent a god-like figure to the verse. He was supposed to represent God, with Silver Surfer representing all of this like Jesus-like or chosen one state. We see Galactus be much more than just the consumer of worlds, as planets themselves in Marvel are considered to have limitless power, as do the stars, and just consuming this amps him. But rather, he's a cosmic balance on a universal to multiversal scale. We've seen him pissed off, scrap with Odin, no problem. He was able to casually one-shot Ultron like he was a bug. He has the power that, when stolen and utilized by Tony Stark, was enough to threaten abstracts like Oblivion. On top of this, Galactus has been able to battle Celestials, take on other abstract-like beings and threats to the abstracts, and overall is one of the strongest characters in the cosmos in terms of stacking up to other high-tier cosmic beings. Now, one of his problems, obviously, he is known to be a jobber. However, you got to consider what they're usually throwing at him when he faces some of the high tier stuff. Oftentimes, it's characters that quite literally are supposed to scale above him, so him losing shouldn't be that crazy. But again, Galactus, even when not at peak power, even when he's not nowhere near his full strength, like I said, he's still able to take on celestials, threats to creation, other gods and pantheons, beings that can threaten the multiverse pretty easily. One time when he was having a bit too much of a snack, he had a little too much dip on his chip, he was actually consuming mad celestials in the old comics. Overall, given that most of his feats and occurrences with reality warping, energy projection, straight up destruction, mind hacks, all these things, typically with Galactus, at least according to other comics written about him, we haven't actually seen him using his full power. We've only seen like the tip of the cosmic iceberg when it comes to Galactus. Overall, Galactus is one of the strongest characters to ever exist in Marvel. Stan Lee wanted him to be the GOAT, but unfortunately Stan Lee didn't write everything regardless. Galactus is extremely formidable as a cosmic constant. But is it enough for the wrath of God? Let's talk about it. Now, both are known to have their jobber moments, I would argue. Korgan Spectre is not really the one that jobs as much as other versions of Spectre. However, like I said, they've got their sins when it comes to jobbing. But who would win if they actually threw down? First off, it's kind of interesting because you got to discuss whether or not technically could Spectre fight him. My reason being, is Galactus technically evil? It has been revealed in the past that he's actually just a universal constant doing his job, fulfilling his function. So is he actually evil? Would he be something Spectre needs to get vengeance against? In my opinion, that's a little too nerdy of a question and kind of takes away from the battle we're trying to pull off, so we're going to ignore that. Regardless, I do think you could argue the planets he's consumed with the innocents on the planet, they could be used. As well as we saw that pain and suffering when inflicted back on Galactus was indeed devastating. Doctor Strange did this to him at one point in the classic era, and it had him literally falling over, going mad with what he had done, and pretty much like the guilt and madness of the cruelty that was caused by him. So you could argue Spectre would be fully called to battle him. If they were to collide while Galactus can hold his own against many beings, I feel like Spectre is too much. Like, especially the version of Korgan. I feel like especially in base, Galactus is, honestly, and it would be hilarious to see, probably going to get beat up. Like, Spectre's going to run down on him. He's going to be able to take whatever blast Galactus throws his way. He's either going to tank it or get out of the way of it. Consistently, I do believe he's faster than him. He's going to rock his shit and continue to do so. I at least believe, base to base Galactus, Jim Gorgon, Spectre, there's not much Galactus has for him. I do see Spectre winning. However, if you guys show this enough love, I can do the strongest versions of each. Run it back. Let's see. We could see if the strongest Galactus could take down Spectre. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Keep the conversation friendly. If you want to see your favorite battles on this channel, hit me up on the Discord. We can talk business as well as goon videos and other things. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. I'll see you all later. Peace.